Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So today I'm bringing you a fancy fold card. So it's like a little easel card. I saw this on my friend Jill's blog, quite a while ago now, and I thought, I'd like to try it. And so I'm doing a blog hop for the 3D paper trimmer blog hop. So I thought, and it was a fancy fold theme, so I thought this is what I'll make. So this was my sort of practice one. It was for a colour challenge, and so I'm gonna make it again, but I'm gonna do it with different paper. And this is the Pretty Perennial dies. I'm going to use the daisy punches, and the reason why I'm using the daisy punches is because I'm going to use this sort of daisy printed paper, and as I'm casing paper daisy crafting, seemed appropriate. So this is Celebration of paper, and Celebration ends today, as does my dies. So I haven't got much of it left because I've just loved it and I've just used it loads, and I may well get another packet just before the order time closes down. I think it's about 10 to 10, might be 10 to 11, because our clocks change and I never remember where we are in them. So yeah, I haven't got much of it left. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the 6th piece? What does that look like? That one. That one. Just got that much left of that. It's just beautiful paper, and I've made quite a few things with it. So if you just check out my videos, you'll see some other things I've used. Anyway, I've cut out what I need of this, so I can actually use quite a bit more of that, which I'm quite pleased about. So I've got everything ready and prepped. So it's a normal size card base, so I'm using basic black for this, just double checking that I hadn't pulled this out and it was the wrong size. No, so it's a normal, so it's half a size of A4, cut in half, scored in half. And then we've got a bit of Whisper White there, which will be basic white now, to go in the middle of the card. And that measures, I'm going to give you the measurements now, and then I don't have to worry about them. They will be on my blog. So this is 4 1/16, because this is 4 1/4, but I'm making it a 16th because it's actually going to go on the inside, and you've got a bit of the fold of the card, so just have to take a little 16th off that. And it's 3 1/2 wide. We've got, for the easel bit in the middle, I'm not quite decided yet which side I'm going to go with. So this is 4 inches by 1 3/8, and this is 1 1/4 by 3 7/8. And then we've got the strips for the side, and they measure 1 3/8 by 4, and this is 1 1/4 by 3 7/8. There, I think I said them right. If I didn't, go and check my blog out, and you'll be able to find them there. Okay, so that is those, and then we've got these layering circles to pop on the easel bit, and I've used our layering circle dies. And so what we've got is the second largest scalloped and the next one down, and the second largest plain circle. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for that. So we don't need those right now. Let's just get the card bit sorted. Okay, and you really do need the trimmer for this, or something similar like this. A guillotine wouldn't work because we're going to slit 2 lines up there and stop at the center point, which is why a guillotine would have been hard to do this with, because you wouldn't know where to stop. So I'm going to place this at 1.5, and Jill's measurements are all in centimetres, so I just converted them. So we're going to go up and stop at the crease. And then on this side, we'll go again to 1.5. We'll cut it up this way and just stop at the crease. So we've got that going on. Okay, and then this needs to be scored down the middle. So this is 4 1/8, so we're going to score it at 2 1/16. Probably easier to put that at your 2 1/16. So then we can score that there, and that is our fold line for our easel. So that is how we do that. Okay, so it was one of these cards where it was like, oh, that's really interesting, but actually when you start putting it together, it's actually quite easy. Okay, so I'm going to glue that bit in the middle there, and then you glue these sides down, and that's your easel bit. So this is all glued flat. Okay, and then we're going to mat the sides with these lovely cute daisies. And I seem to have picked up a second daisy there. There we go. So that's going to be glued down, and that's going to get glued to that. Okay, so got a bit of Tombow. So glue that bit in. Okay, so for that centre panel, folded them both in half just to make it a little bit easier when putting it on the card. There we go. So that's our little easel. So we need to stick these down now as well. So that's that. So now we need to do the decorating bit. So these are going to get layered up and stuck on there. And then the daisies are going to get stuck on top. For that to go on there, it goes across quite nicely. So just going to put glue from that point down. When I first started card making, I used to make an awful lot of easel cards. Just simple ones. And I haven't made them for ages, and like this weekend I've made a twisted easel, and this sort of easel. Like trains or buses. You wait for ages and then 2 come along at once. So that is the basics of it. So now we're just going to decorate it. So I'm using the large daisy, the medium daisy, and I'm going to use the sprig because I think that goes really well with the leaves on there. I've got some granny apple green because that's the colour of the green there. So I'm just going to punch a couple of these out. So that's enough of those. So I've got some scraps now. That won't fit that one. So we'll have a couple of medium. There we are. So I can do some big daisies. And then for the centre of the daisies, I'm going to use some bumblebee because that's what the yellow is. I'm using the retired 1/2 inch circle punch because that's what I've got and that's what goes well. Okay, so I like to shape my daisies. So I use a large piece of foam. I use back of the daisy punch, pokey tool. It's our old pokey tool, and I just stroke from out to in. So you have one upside down, one up the other way, and you can link them, feed the petals in every other petal, and you get a nice shape like that. Might not use the third one, but I'm thinking I need to change that to black, so I might just have to cut another one out. Didn't really need that scalloped there, so do the same with these. And then I usually just go round and round and round on these centres, and you get a nice little dome in, and they fit in the middle nicely and look like a daisy, just like the one in the DSP. And then we can put some of these around. To make it look pretty. So I am definitely thinking about changing that to black. So I've cut a black circle out that I can use on there if I decide to, and these have got bits of blue in them. So I've got a little sponge dauber, and I've got my pool party, and I have started doing a little bit of sponging around them daisies so they look even more like the ones in the DSP. So I'm just sponging on a little bit of ink, like so, and then they can sort of flattened it out a little bit with me sponging. So now they look a little bit more like the flowers on the DSP. So we do these little one as well. A little bit of Tombow in the centre there. and this one. There we go. And then I like a little bit of dimensional underneath these domes that I've created so that they don't collapse, that they stay dome-like. So put a mini one in the middle, and then they stay upright. You can see that's my little tester to see if that worked. Yeah, I'm liking the way that that now totally matches. Do you ever do that? You make something and then halfway through you think, oh, I wonder if that'll work. So that is what that's going to look like on the white background. There it is on the black one. I think I'm going for black. I think you possibly don't need that one. You could have just had that one, but it is kind of a little bit more luxurious then, isn't it, with all these layers. And then before we pop it down, we're sticking these sprigs around. So I'm going to put some glue on there and stick that to the back of the daisy. Yep, liking that on there. So putting glue all the way around that bit so that that can get stuck nicely down on top of there. Right, now I'm going to put the sentiment on. You had a little sneak preview there of what I was doing. I just wanted to test it out. So I am using our double oval punch, which I just love. So that is what I used on this one as well, and that goes really, really well. So I need a bit of Whisper White. I am stamping using the Happy Birthday from this set here. This is Punch Party. So this is the free celebration host set, which again ends tonight. This was, you get this free if you spend £275. Obviously you then get lots and lots of free celebration as well for that, with multiples of every £45. Or, you know, if you had a bunch of you got together and put an order in, you'd get this free. So I'm using Happy Birthday there, and these two stamps match with this, but I'm going to just do those two, and I've got them mounted. So that's the oval and that's the Happy Birthday. So I am using Granny Apple Green and for the outline, and a bit of Memento for the Happy Birthday. So I used a different one on that. I really like that font. I like the other font as well. I like that the Happy, the Birthday are in different fonts. I think that's quite cool. And then Granny Apple Green for the outline. And what's great is we can see through it. Like so. Really like that. I was quite excited about this set. And then it will punch out with this. Oh, I need to just trim it down a bit there. Because it wasn't going down far enough. So that's my happy birthday. And then we'll use this black as an outline. So I'm going to stick those down together and then pop it up on dimensionals to hold that in. I'm going to work out where my daisy needs to go. So I think that will work. Or I could put the daisy there and have the happy birthday there. No, I think that's going to hold up better with that. Daisy there with some leaves. Yep, I'll do that. So give it 3 because it needs to be strong to hold that back. And go back a tad. There we go. And then we'll stick our daisy down there with our sprig coming out there. Lovely. Right, let's get that stuck in. So that is the daisy version and the pretty perennial version. So there we have it. I do like the way I've made those daisies match the ones in the background, and that's the one. So you can see it makes a difference when you sort of change paper and change flowers. And there we have it, my 2 little easel cards. So I will link to all the things that I've used in this down below, which will take you to my shop. Also link to the blog, and you can go on the blog hop and see what other fancy fold cards people have made. Can't believe I've done 2 fancy fold blog hops in one weekend, but hopefully by the end of it I'll have lots and lots of ideas to maybe bring you in the future. Okay, if you want any of this celebration stuff, then you need to order it before it finishes tonight. Okay, all the details on my blog. Bye for now.